Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to be learning about percents, more specifically understanding percents using a 10 by 10 grid. So to get us started, let's go over what a percent is. A percent is a ratio or rate that compares a number to 100. The word percent means per 100. We use the symbol as shown to show a percent. So let's go over some real-world examples of percents. One example being discounts. A lot of times when you go to the mall or to a store, they'll often have discounts. So for example, the shirt is 25% off. That means that it has a price, but because it's discounted, you're paying 1/4 less of that price if it is 25% off. Then we have taxes. So sometimes you'll have a sales tax added to your total. That means you add up the cost of your items in total, and then there will be a percentage of a sales tax added to it that you also have to pay in addition to the cost of the items. Then there's tip. So for example, it's normal to leave a 15% tip or more if you go to a restaurant or if you receive other services. Next, we have our grades. So for example, you could get an 85% on a test where 100% is the highest, meaning a perfect score. Then we have our technology. So we have our phones, our tablets, our laptops, and a lot of times the battery will have a percentage indicating how much battery it has left. So for example, if your phone battery is at 30%, it's more on the lower side of the percentage. So here we have a 10 by 10 grid. And a 10 by 10 grid means that we end up with 100 squares because it's 10 by 10. And this is the perfect model for percents because we have 100 squares and percents are out of 100. So if we wanted to model 35%, that would mean that we would shade in 35 of the squares. And because we're talking about percents, these 35 squares are out of 100. So this model represents 35%, which means 35 per 100. And we could also write that as a ratio. So as a fraction, that would be 35 out of 100. Using a colon, that would be 35 colon 100. And in word form, that would be 35 to 100. And that's it.